Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry for the delay for this next review. I've just been really busy with some things that have been happening outside of YouTube, just real life stuff. So, unfortunately, there are some stressful things happening for the end of this week. So, it's more stressors added on to a tiring week. So, pretty much, this is for Billie Eilish's new record, Hit Me Hard and Soft, that I got a chance to listen to for myself to see how I was going to think of it. Sorry, my pen dropped for a second. Pick it up in a moment. So, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this 10-track record, which is about a 44-minute album. Well, 43 minutes and some seconds, like close to 44 minutes. And I'll let you know what I thought of this record overall. So, let's dive into this album review. Now, it starts with the song Skinny, and off the bat, it's a pretty good song for what I went for. I didn't necessarily hate this song. I just think it's pretty strong in its own way for what it goes for. So I'd give it a 4.75 out of 5. Lunch is the next track, and off the bat, the sexual lyricism is hit or miss for me. So I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. It's still not a bad track, just not one of my favorites. Chihiro is a solid track for what I went for. I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. There were some moments where I liked it and moments where I thought it was hit or miss with some execution points through the song. But overall, Billie Eilish's falsettos and somewhat of her high pitched vocals sound pretty alright. Um, Birds of a Feather is the fourth track on the record. That's a pretty good song in its own way. One of the highlights for the record, in my opinion. So I give this a 4.75 out of 5. I didn't hate this track. I just think it's pretty strong for what it goes for. Wildflower is the next track, and off the bat, it's pretty nice of a song. Um, it has a lot of falsetto moments, low falsetto tone moments from Billie Eilish that we know we're used to from her uh, vocals, but she does have some high range ones from time to time when she sings at a more high pitch tone and all that. But overall, it's a pretty good song. 4.75 out of 5. In its own way, it's pretty good. The Greatest is pretty good in its own way as well. Didn't hate this track necessarily. Just have a few critiques with it, with the chorus saying I'm the greatest and all that. And just the way she's singing it from time to time. There's some hit or miss cringe moments through the track, but didn't hate it so much. So this is a 4.75 out of 5. Then comes the next track, L'amour de ma vie, which is a solid track. The first 3 minutes to 3.5 minutes are pretty strong, but the ending is where the cringe gets underlined a little bit. It relies on some cringy auto-tune vocals from um, Billie Eilish, and I'm just not feeling it that much. It's not a bad song, it's just solid. It could have been a little bit better, but hey, it's fine. So 4.5 out of 5. The Diner is a solid track in its own way. It has a few cringe lines with her lyrics in the song, but overall, it's not that terrible. So this is a 4.5 out of 5. Solid track. It's good in its own way. Bittersweet. Um, Suite. Bittersweet. I. It sounds like bittersweet, but it's with a UITE at the end of it instead of WEET. But still, pretty good song. It's the second to last track before you get to the closing track, which is the finale for the album. So overall, I think uh, it's a 4.75 out of 5 for Bittersweet. Then comes the closing track, Blue, and off the bat, it's actually a pretty good song. There's some melody changes and through the song, and through some of the tracks, there are some melody changes for certain songs. But overall, I think this track was probably the best song on the record, so I'd give this a strong 5 out of 5. I mean, there's some moments where I don't necessarily love it, but I still think it's one of the best tracks to close this record overall. So Blue is getting a 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I found myself thinking this was a good record from Billie Eilish. Um, Not anything amazing, but still good for what it went for. She actually put a lot of effort into how the production and mixing was for this record. And off the bat, it's strong for what it is. So if I were to give this an overall score, I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10 for Billie Eilish's new record, Hit Me Hard and Soft. Um, there's some lyrics that were hit or miss through this record, but it still played it safe and in a good way. And it was a good record from what I listened to. So I was pretty interested in this record. And this was an album that surprised us, that got an release announcement, a release date announcement for this record. And I was really surprised. All 10 tracks were not so bad. So the last one was my favorite overall. So 8 out of 10 for Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft. Hopefully you enjoyed this album review today, and thanks for watching.